Federal program on WROI Giant FM and streaming live on the First Federal Facebook page.
Yes, indeed, it is Friday morning. I want to say it's beautiful, but it's 41 degrees outside. I can tell Evan's back in the studio. That's when it gets cold.
The cold front?
Well, you know, it used to be anytime you showed up,
Wow,
it was
that's
cold.
true.
So,
Yeah, I did bring the winter pretty hard there a few seasons.
yeah.
We're not doing that yet, though. This is just fall.
Exactly. We'll
And
stick with fall.
We're just in the second day, so you can complain maybe for 1 or 2 more days, but then you just got to deal.
No, I think it's great weather.
I do too.
I'm ready for the hoodies and
Me too.
the bonfires and.
I don't really like. I enjoy being outside when I'm not sweating.
Yes,
That's probably the criteria.
Now, I mean, I'll probably still work up a sweat working around the yard, but
It's different.
Yeah, that's different than walking outside, sitting down, and already sweating.
I agree with you there. Well, if you are interested in being outside today a little bit, we're having our Community Appreciation Day at our Plymouth branch.
Ah,
Now this is I'm still going to say Tanner newly remodeled Plymouth branch because we finished it up during the pandemic, and so I don't know that everyone's really even seen it yet.
no.
If you're up there, you ought to check it out. We're really proud of it.
Yeah, it's a sharp-looking branch.
Yeah.
It's different than all the rest of our branches inside.
Okay.
So we're excited to celebrate the community up there in Marshall County at Plymouth, and we'll be serving lunch from 11 to 2. We're actually having Bob's Cafeteria food truck do the lunch this year, which we're really excited about. And Plymouth's got some games and giveaways and some interesting things. So
Yeah, I know they got some ring toss going on and a few other.
now the ring toss. You think the rings are actually going to be big enough to
I
fit
don't know.
over?
I'll be interested to see if
I
it's
hope
written
so.
at all or what's going on. So,
You've been at those carnival games.
Yeah, I know.
Impossible to win.
I know.
Yeah.
No, I promise we won't do that. But then the one of the most popular parts of Community Appreciation Days is the paper shredding.
Yes.
So you got another chance here to bring in all of those old documents that someone told you needed to keep, or you were afraid to throw away because it had sensitive information. You don't need it anymore. This is a good way to dispose of it.
And I should say those shred bins will be on site at Plymouth all day today. So if you can't make it over there between 11 and 2 for some reason, but you can make it before closing, you can get there and still shred your
Great.
documents.
Hey, how generous.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tanner.
Uh-huh.
Good job.
Yeah.
Hey, I drove by the Thinking of Fall. Yeah,
Yes.
yesterday was the official day of fall, and it was cold.
Yeah.
Drove by the Optimus pumpkin stand. The thing's hopping.
It looks beautiful out there.
Yeah, every year they do
Yeah.
more and more. It's unreal.
Yep.
And then I'm also noticing like the fall decorative setups in front of the businesses around town. That's another Optimus Club project that
Yes,
they
it is.
deliver and set up and imagine and then tear down. What a service.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
So our whole community's shaping up for a good fall season, I think, thanks to the Optimus
Get
Club.
into the season, yep.
People come from outside the community to shop at the pumpkin stand.
Oh, absolutely.
That's neat.
Good selection.
Yeah.
Okay, meet you out there later.
All right.
All right, thinking of pumpkins, kinda. Our trivia question.
Okay.
According to freshproduce.com, what's the top selling vegetable in the U.S.? A, tomatoes, B, onions, C, carrots, and D, potatoes.
Yep.
All right.
You vegetable guy?
Kind of.
Okay. Selective sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll disclose the answer and let you guess about that later in the show. It'd be interesting to see what the top U.S. vegetable that people grow in their own gardens is.
That would be.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to look that up later. I wonder what that would be. Okay. I don't want to give any clues.
No,
away, so
no,
let's
no.
move on, okay? Tanner, how about sports?
Yes, a lot going on as usual this time of year.
That's one reason I like the fall.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. In fall sports, we look at local high school football, we're right in the middle of things. And then some other sports are starting to come to the end of their season. For instance, girls golf.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of local ladies that are still participating this weekend. Tippecanoe Valley and Rochester's girls teams both advanced to regionals, which is very exciting. Tough thing to do, but they both did. I think this is Tippecanoe Valley's only their second time in program history
Wow.
of getting out sectionals. So all those ladies are going on Tomorrow, Tippecanoe Valley's regionals at Noble Hawk up in Kendallville, and Rochester's will be at Sandy Pines over in Demont, Indiana. Okay. And so will Bianca from Winnemac. She got out as an individual. She'll be playing also over in Sandy Pines. So good luck to all 11 of those ladies that are participating tomorrow.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's a fun time.
I think they had to issue some team fleeces and long pants for the late in the season golfing.
Oh yeah, probably. It'll be chilly in the morning, I'm sure, but
Do you play better when it's a little chillier or when it's really hot?
hot. I would say in my own game, but yeah, that way I'm not so bundled up, restricted to the swing.
Yeah, you'll still have somebody who will show up tomorrow in 30-degree weather and shorts and
so
a
yeah,
polo.
yeah. Some will. So
Yeah.
I did.
Love
But
it.
you were saying with bundle up with some new gear. I did see that Bradley Heating and Cooling donated 5 new push carts for the ladies zebra golf team.
Oh, that's
They got
that's
the easy click push
that's
carts
great.
that have the seat on it too,
Yeah.
so they can sit down if they need to. So
really up
Yeah.
in the game there. I like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
That's
really
generous.
sharp, really sharp. So good on Bradley Heating and Cooling for doing that. Local high school football, like I was mentioning, about in the middle of the season right now, a little over the midway point, I would say. Rochester returns home this week, looking to get back on a winning streak with a record of 4-1. They host the Peru Tigers, who are 2-3. Tippecanoe Valley coming off that Big Bell victory last week, taking their undefeated record of 5-0 on the road to Waco tonight. Waco is winless on the season.
Yeah.
The Wildcats are 0-5. Caston's 0-5. They're hosting North White tonight, who's 2-2. So the Comets still looking for their first victory of the season. And Winnemac has a record of 1-4. They'll be traveling to Culver, has a record of 2-3.
Now, a side note: this is youth football night at the Barnhart
Yes.
Field
Yeah.
tonight, so you may want to get there a little early.
Good
And
notes.
an extra note on top of that, the 7th grade band will be playing with the high school band tonight.
Well, that's fun.
So,
A lot going on tonight.
yeah, I got to make sure I'm at that field.
Either way.
Yeah.
I'll be out there as well.
Yes, we'll be shivering together.
Some bleacher blankets.
There you go. Well, if you can't get there, you can always listen live right here on Giant FM at 92.1 WROI. Pregame 6:40.
6:40.
You can also put on those big radio earphone
There you
things
go.
in the bleachers and
Yeah.
listen while you watch.
Yeah, that's the perfect way to do it right
Yeah,
there.
you can listen on the app, get radio.
Oh, so you could even use the little AirPod thing,
There you
earbud
go. Now
things
we're
that we were giving away last
Now we're talking.
Those,
check-in giveaway.
First federal earbuds that you guys got for opening an account
There
will
we go.
be used tonight.
Stream it
There
through
we
your
go.
phone. I love it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Paul, for the assist on that.
No problem.
Modern technology.
Yeah.
I'm picturing the 80s
Oh, yeah.
big earmuff thing.
Like
Yeah.
you used to wear when you went down to a race.
Yeah,
so you could
exactly.
hear what was going on.
Yep.
Yep.
There's still a lot of people, when I go to Purdue games, a lot of people that still wear some sort of, either if it's AirPods or some sort of headset and listen to the game while they're there. So it's
You
just
gotta try it, Tim.
yeah.
You don't know what you're missing.
I should.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow night. Maybe I'll try. Speaking of college football, speaking of Purdue, they have their homecoming tomorrow night. It's Purdue's 100th homecoming in their history of their university, but the first time they've ever had a night football game for
That's
homecoming.
interesting.
Yeah.
That was about time.
Yeah, it's interesting opponent, Florida Atlantic. So they're having a homecoming against a non-Big Ten opponent, and pretty early on the schedule. But they only have one October home game, so I guess they figured we'll get it out of the way early. Florida Atlantic's 2-2, Purdue's 1-2. Purdue's 17.5-point favorites. That game's at 7:30 on the Big Ten Network. Indiana's taking their undefeated 3-0 record on the road tomorrow against Cincinnati, who's 2-1. Cincinnati is a 17-point favorite. That game's at 3:30 on ESPN2. Those two teams squared off last year, so this is a home-and-home series. Always fun to do those with different opponents.
Yeah, I do enjoy those
Yeah.
also. There's a little controversy last year.
There was, yeah. That kind of flipped IU's whole season around.
I
felt
know.
like that,
It was-
that exact moment of the helmet to helmet.
Thank you for
Yeah.
confirming that for me.
You're welcome. And then Notre Dame's 1-2. They're traveling on the road as well. They're going to face North Carolina, who's 3-0, and North Carolina's a 2-point favorite. That game's at 3:30 as well on ABC. So a lot of in-state football action going on. this weekend.
Absolutely.
Love Saturdays in the fall.
Oh, Saturdays and then Sundays. Sometimes we love more than other Sundays. Colts home opener is on Sunday at 1 o'clock on CBS. They're hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. They're 2-0, so the Colts coming off a really bad loss at Jacksonville. Now you face maybe the most talented team, at least on the offensive side of the ball in the NFL.
You never know.
Never know. That's why they play the game. Like I said, Chiefs are 6.5-point favorites, 1 o'clock on CBS, and right here live on WOI on Sunday as well.
Yep.
And the Bears are 1-1 after losing again to the Packers.
That's enough.
I'll stop.
You gonna let him talk like
They
that?
are 3-point favorites on Sunday. They host the Houston Texans. That game's also at 1 o'clock on CBS. And I should note, I saw that since this happens more and more now, that it doesn't really matter if it's an AFC game or an NFC game as far as Fox and CBS. Both the Colts and Bears are at 1 o'clock on CBS. And I see that the RTC affiliate for CBS is going to carry the Bears game.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
just, yeah.
Oh, I checked the
Watch
map
the Bears
yesterday.
game
It looked
and
like the
yeah,
Colts.
the
That's
Colts.
great.
Yeah, so. And
Thanks, Joe.
And MLB still going on. Playoffs are about to start. We're really starting to get a playoff picture. I think Paul's Guardians are going to do it. I think they're going to win the Central.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
There's still 11 games left.
They're up 7, though. on the
I
White Sox.
remember-
It's Cleveland. I mean, they could easily go into the next 11 games and lose every single one.
No, they seem like a pretty good team of youngsters that are coming together. But I remember a show early in the season where you were really down on them.
Yes.
I still am. So.
Yeah.
You should be on cloud 9. I mean, they're
I
about to
know.
make the playoffs. The Browns are 2-1.
I mean, I am,
Good
but
things.
I'm not going to hold my breath because, like I said, I've seen Cleveland.
Sure.
I think he's
Go on
saying
it.
his emotions are vulnerable.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
him.
Yes.
I get
Give
it.
him some space,
I get
I guess.
it. So.
Hey, we didn't mention the Browns.
We didn't mention the 2-1 big win last
Yeah.
night over the Steelers.
Yeah,
I
that's.
missed that one in my weekly pick'em, so
Yeah. I don't care how the rest of the season goes. We
Beat
beat
Pittsburgh.
Baker and we beat Pittsburgh.
Yep.
That's all I need.
But a few teams have clinched playoff spots. The Yankees have clinched the playoff spot, not the division yet. Astros clinched the division. They did that almost months ago.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Dodgers. And the Mets and Braves have both clinched playoff spots as well. First time the Mets have been to the playoffs since 2016. So, it's been a little while. Got some tidbits here this morning, Paul. A lot of TV and movies on this week's tidbits. On this day, 1962, ABC broadcast their first color television series, The Jetsons.
Oh.
That's a neat trivia
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
We
could have
probably
asked
all,
me that, and I would never have guessed it.
well, except for Tanner, we probably all grew up watching a little bit of the Jetsons on the old cable TV
Well,
stations.
you know, by now we should have flying cars, right?
I know, that's
I
true.
watched the Jetsons Cartoon Network growing up.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, they would have some reruns. and
Some
things.
old ones,
Yep.
that's great.
On this day, 1994, one of my favorite movies, The Shawshank Redemption, was released.
That's such a good
Yeah,
one.
it is a
It is
classic.
a
If you've
good
never, it's a long one, but if you've never taken the time to sit down, I recommend doing so.
I remember when I was a teenager and a friend recommended that to me and said, what is it
Yeah,
called?
yeah.
That doesn't sound good. I didn't know what it was about. It's really good.
I think I just watched for the first time maybe about a decade ago. I came across it
Well,
on
you used
TV.
to have several opportunities to watch it because it was on TV every week.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, now it's the Green Mile that you
Yeah,
watch
you're
on
right.
TV all the time.
That's so funny.
On this day, 2003, NCIS premiered on CBS.
Okay.
Still going strong today,
Yeah.
but in different variations of it, I should say.
I've never
Right.
seen that.
And on this day, 2009, Modern Family premiered on ABC.
Ah.
That was a funny one that ended just a few years ago.
Yeah.
Got some days here this morning. Today's Native American Day,
All right.
Hug a Vegetarian Day, Education Technology Day, International Day of Sign Language,
Well, that's fun.
Redhead Appreciation Day, National Great American Pot Pie Day,
Okay.
National Checkers Day, not the game board, but this was in,
The restaurant.
it wasn't even the restaurant, this was in the celebration of Richard Nixon's dog, Checkers.
Okay.
They made a national day of that?
I guess so. They make days of anything. anymore.
Okay, I'd be more interested in the game.
I would too. Or the restaurant.
Or the restaurant, yeah. Either one.
Love Note Day.
But there's an assignment for us, guys.
Yeah.
And Restless Legs Awareness Day.
It's a big problem.
Yes,
Be aware.
I'm bad at that. It's
I
I
am
shake
too.
my leg. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Tanner.
You're welcome.
We do have a big upcoming event this weekend. Probably starts today, doesn't it, Paul?
It does start today.
Tijuana Fall Festival. If you haven't been, you ought to check it out. It's the 19th year for that big local festival, and they always have a lot of different things going on. We do have some flyers at First Federal Savings Bank. If you want to come in and grab one and get the schedule, or I'm sure you can find that on their Facebook page.
Yeah, we've got some here if you need them.
At the radio station, so you might want to check that out. But Saturday is always a big day out there, and they've got all the usual interesting acts and things to check out. So really proud of that county festival that we have in our community. A lot of hard work and support goes into that both ways. Money news today. This was the week that the Federal Reserve met again.
Yeah.
They're trying to crush that inflation that's going on. So they're continuing to try. They raised their short-term interest rate 0.75%. So now everybody, the markets are volatile again, trying to figure out what that's going to do and predicting that. So that kind of caused a weird market day yesterday.
Yeah.
Up and down and up and down. I think down is where it finished, but I'm not sure.
I think so. I didn't catch what Randy said
Okay.
there.
So we'll see how all that flushes out. The hope would be for all of us, inflation is pretty damaging all across the board to everybody in the economy. So the hope is that some of these changes and also some supply chain issues continue getting resolved. Looking for inflation to come back to earth and kind of get things settled again. So
It'd be nice.
the Federal Reserve is saying they're going to do whatever it takes.
All right.
And the market kind of likes that,
Yes.
that they're committed to it. So we'll see what happens, but until then, we just hang in there and keep living for other reasons, I think, don't you?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Thinking of First Federal this morning, Tanner helped out a lot with this. We launched a new CD special this week. 15-month CD for 1.76 APY percentage. Good rate, 15-month, not too long. So
not at all.
hoping that that's attractive to folks that want to start earning a little bit more. That would be one of the silver linings of interest rates going up.
Yeah.
Would be deposit rates going up eventually. This lag behind the loan rates quite a bit because loans are fixed at a certain rate for a period of time. Some of them are 5, 7, 10, or 30 years. And so those rates are still in 4% from these last couple of years of really low rates.
Right.
So we'll see. I'm sure there'll be continuing deposit rate increases if the loan rates stay high for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Our new free gift for our checking account giveaway. Remember, if you open a personal checking account or a business checking account, you get a free gift, or you can refer a friend. We're giving Arctic Zone bowls. And, it's an insulated bowl. It's really cool. So I think you'd enjoy having that, Paul.
Yeah, it'd be nice, for some soup on a cold day.
That's right.
Take some chili to the game tonight.
Perfect timing again, Tanner. Nice job. And also, we're still running our fall purchase special. This would be if you're buying a home. We're giving $900 discount off of standard closing costs, and that goes on through October.
That's a really good deal.
It's a great deal, and actually, there's a few more houses to choose from. It looks like
Yeah,
in our areas.
Some more go up. Some that go up pretty quickly and are sold instantly.
We've heard of a few of those.
Yeah.
But there's a little bit more to choose from. So maybe if you've been waiting to look for a different home, this might start being a good time, and we're wanting to partner with you on that and help you with the financing end. We've got a lot of expertise in home lending, and we can help make that a pretty smooth experience for you. We're also offering that discount. Okay, I'd like to welcome our guest this morning. Please make your way to the podium. No, just a counter. Counter with the mic. Here we go. Yeah, we're excited to have Hector and Debbie Fernandez with us this morning. Welcome, guys.
Welcome. Thanks for having us, and good morning.
Good morning. Hey, we're interested in hearing a little bit about a personal passion of yours, and something that we've been familiar with in our community for a few years. We're interested to find out kind of the origin of this, but Celebrate Recovery programs. We've been hearing about these for a while now, and first of all, you know, tell us a little bit about Celebrate Recovery in general, and then, you know, I'd like to know, you know, what the opportunity is here in our community for a program like this. It seems like it's continuing on and getting stronger.
Celebrate Recovery is a 12-step program that started in 1991 in Lake Forest, California. It was introduced to a Saddleback church by Rick Warren.
I've heard of Rick Warren.
Yes, the late John Baker. They knew that the need was there because John Baker was an alcoholic.
Okay.
So they started the 12-step program over 30 years ago, and it just took over the country by storm. Actually, there's almost 40,000 Celebrate Recoveries worldwide.
Wow, that number is startling to me.
Yeah.
It's a good program that it comes off the AA program with the 12 steps.
I've heard of that program before, Hector, and that would be Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yes.
So this is patterned similarly but different?
The difference is Celebrate Recovery identifies and names the higher power as Jesus Christ.
As a participant in your recovery. So tell us a little bit about that, and then what's the need here in Fulton County? Is this something that is a growing need? Is it something that we're meeting the need, or what should we be aware about as interested residents here?
Well, you know, every single one of us, and I don't know if this answers your question, but every single one of us are broken. We all have issues that we're dealing with. It's just how we self-medicate, whether it's food, whether it's sex, drugs, worry, anxiety. And I think that the need is awareness, that we're all broken. It's okay that you're not who you think you need to be, because none of us are. We're all going through this together. Hector and I started actually with a group of our friends probably about 6 years ago. We started Celebrate Recovery with them over at the Lutheran Church over here on 4th Street, and also Olive Branch. Today we've been part of, what, seven Celebrate Recoveries, because people are seeing this need.
I didn't realize that.
They're seeing the need for, look, I need someone to come alongside me. And it's not just addiction. I think the numbers for addiction is, what, 33% that attend, the participants?
Okay.
Like at the Cross right now, we have a grief group. We have, actually there are several business owners that attend the Hurts group and the Griefs group.
So really, this is anybody that's recognizing, hey, look, I'm not perfect.
Yes.
I'm not ever going to be perfect.
Yes.
I can be open about that and honest with myself and with others. Is that a good synopsis?
And society is kind of to blame for this, because we're all taught from an early age, you know, suck it up, buttercup, put your big boy pants on, your big girl pants on, and just deal with it. And what happens is we bring some of these broken pieces into our relationships, and then some of these relationships think we have problems there too, and it starts accumulating. We're not talking about it, we're not bringing it out in the open. That's what we do at Celebrate Recovery. A typical night at Celebrate Recovery at the Cross, and this is pretty much, it's like Walgreens. I hope they're okay with me mentioning this. If you walk into anyone in the country, they're pretty much the same. They're set up the same.
Right.
So a typical night at Celebrate Recovery, you will come in and we have the meal from 5 to 6 at the Cross Church. We have large group, which is a testimony or lesson, worship, and then the best part, in my opinion, is the small groups. At 7 o'clock, we split. The men go one way, the women go one way, and everybody splits according to hurt, habit, or hang-up. So what happens is you're sitting right across from someone who's dealing with what you're dealing with, or they've overcome it. So it's an amazing accountability team that just comes alongside. So.
Well, it sounds like when you're kind of grouped together like that, you can get some intentional encouragement, which of course is probably why people are coming.
Yes, and the intimacy is phenomenal because it's a safe place to share. Because so one of the other parts, the DNA of Celebrate Recovery, is the 5 guidelines, which Hector, you know them better than I do. So
Yeah, the guidelines ensures that the small group is confidential and everyone is there to support one another, not fix another. And you know why I like Celebrate Recovery? Because Jesus Christ is a higher power, but the gender-specific small groups, there's things that men can't share with women present.
Right.
You know, I know some of the other 12-step programs have everyone grouped in, which is fine, that may work for them, but me personally, when guys get together, we can share stuff that, you know, and women the same way.
It's hard to get vulnerable sometimes, and I could see how that would be helpful.
he can complain about his nagging wife.
Well, I don't think that's what he was saying, Debbie.
No, he wouldn't. No, we try to
Vice
use the
versa.
phrases me, myself, and I when we're in small groups. I was just joking,
I
even
know.
though I am controlling. But we've been married almost 41 years, so he's not going to trade me in, I don't think.
We're speaking with Hector and Debbie Fernandez, and we're talking about Celebrate Recovery here in Fulton County. It sounds like we've got a couple of different options here that you've been part of starting and are going strong. Give us an idea on participation, if you don't mind, with the Cross Celebrate Recovery. Just some idea on kind of how many folks that you have come together. I'd like to picture visually kind of this meeting group and how what that might be like, and share that with our listeners.
Well, we average, because we have, the Cross takes attendance. Not that we're all about the numbers, because to us it's the quality, not the quantity.
Right.
But we take numbers of every event, and we're averaging about 90 people on a Monday. And a lot of these are the kids downstairs, because we're teaching the kids at an early age how to navigate through these hurts, habits, and hang-ups, so that when they're older, they'll know, look, I'm okay. You know, this is what I do, this is what I don't do. So it's just pretty phenomenal to watch the kids downstairs learning about God while the adults are upstairs. And we even had, it's probably about 6 months ago, we had I think he was 5, they were going around doing praise reports, and he's like, I thank God that my mommy's upstairs getting better and I'm down here.
Aw, that is so sweet.
That is so sweet. So
We think about, you hear from national news media and publications about mental health, pandemic, they talked a lot about mental health because people weren't associating with others as much or getting out. And, mental health is a big issue in terms of understanding how to communicate, what problems you're dealing with that are, they're common, they're not something, that's just unique to you. But this is a different way of approaching that maybe than some others. So tell us about kind of your passion for this, or where it's coming from.
Well, Debbie and I are both recovering addicts from a long time. As far as starting back, we moved to the community here in Rochester in 1981 from the Chicagoland area.
Okay.
And we brought our addiction here. I tell a lot of people that I was part of the drug problem way back then. Now we want to put back in the community. So now it's our passion. It always has been.
Yeah.
We've been through some rough time. We lost 2 homes to foreclosure because of our drug problem. But now we want to help those who are addicted.
I imagine that's pretty inspiring to those that are struggling to know they can talk with someone that understands maybe a little bit more than the average person, and also can give them some tools to work with. They see your success story. You're recovering. You're on that road to recovery. I'm sure that never ends, but you're sharing that with them, and they can be inspired by that. And I'm sure that's making a huge difference.
it is. Actually, it's funny you mentioned that, because we got married, we were 16 and 18. I wasn't pregnant, we just wanted to play house. So we got married at 16 and 18, so, that puts us, we still remember, even though it feels like some days it's been a long time ago, but we know what it's like to be a young teen, and so that's why we have Celebrate Recovery for the youth on Wednesdays. Phenomenal program. I mean, it's just, we're blown away by it. This past Wednesday, we do praise reports, just like we do with the adults, like we do with the kids downstairs I told you about. And one of our youth had just gotten his driver's license, and I thought for sure that was going to be his praise report. And his praise report was, I am so happy I can come here on Wednesday with people that love and accept me.
Like-minded people.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Because most of our youth, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Evan, I'm sorry. Most of our youth are from broken homes, or from blended families, or ones that gave them up for adoption because of their drug problem, their parents' drug problem. So it's an amazing program. And also on Thursday, we do the jail Celebrate Recovery. Same thing.
That's amazing. Well, the love and support, you can tell just from hearing you guys how important that is for the folks that are attending this, the quality, like you mentioned, and understanding a higher power. So you've got a big event coming up. We're wanting, part of talking about this and sharing Celebrate Recovery, when it is, where it is, who might want to participate. It's just giving this awareness, but we got an event to do that too coming up. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, you may want to turn me down, Paul. But listen, we're excited for the community of
Yes.
Rochester, Fulton County. We got so many people supporting this epic event. It's called Road to Recovery. It's Saturday, October 1st. It's going to be at the Blacketer Sports Complex. We got it dialed in for the kids, for family. It's going to be a great event to raise awareness for Fulton County. We love Fulton County.
Yes.
And raise awareness for recovery of all types.
Well, it's a great spot out there. A lot of space to enjoy, kind of a natural setting. So tell us about kind of what may be going on. Are there some events?
So there are some events. So first I want to say there is also a soccer game going on that day, and this is going to be on the softball part.
Okay.
So I know a lot of folks are worried about the parking. We have over 40 confirmed resource booths. We have the military recruiters there. We have different rehabs. We have an employment agency, 4 county. I mean, so many different people. So we're really excited about that. There's going to be a giant bouncy house. Not a softball, what's it called? Mush ball tournament.
Those are fun. We don't need a mitt, I don't think.
Face painting, what else, Hector? Cotton candy, snow cones, and a free cookout.
That
And
sounds
also
fantastic.
Ace Fitness is doing a fun walk at 8 o'clock. So the events are from 8 a.m. till noon when we have lunch, and we'll tear down at 1.
Saturday, October 1st, and all you have to do is show up, sounds
Yes,
like.
it's free.
Well, thanks so much for putting that on. We've been enjoying conversation with Hector and Debbie Fernandez about our Celebrate Recovery programs in Fulton County that we're very proud of. We just want to thank both of you for your dedication and passion in our community, for doing the right things and bringing people together to talk about it and providing that support. It's very inspiring. Appreciate you guys both.
Thank you guys. It takes a village.
Yes, thank you, Giant Radio, First Federal. Real quick, we have 3 locations during the week for Celebrate Recovery. Monday at the Cross, 100 West 3rd Street. Tuesday at St. John Lutheran. And Friday at DeLong Gospel Lighthouse Church.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that. And the time again to show up, Hector? For these meetings, what's the time? 6 o'clock?
The Cross is 5 o'clock. It's a free meal. I go all out. We have a main entree, salads, desserts, all the stuff.
Nice.
So 5 o'clock at the Cross, 5 o'clock at the Lutheran, and 5:30 or 6
5:30
at DeLong.
Okay. Thank you. You're welcome to show up. Anybody that might be listening. All right. Let's get to our trivia this morning. You guys may have a guess on this too. According to freshproduce.com, what's the top selling vegetable in the U.S.? Tomatoes, onions, carrots, or potatoes?
Tomatoes.
Debbie thinks tomatoes. Okay, same with Hector.
I'm gonna go potatoes.
Potatoes for Paul. Well, Tanner and I know the answer. It's potatoes.
Wow.
But potatoes were 62%, tomatoes were 61%. So they're both kind of right there. I wonder, people don't really grow potatoes at home much, but I bet tomatoes might be that highest garden vegetable, I bet. Well, that's fun. Okay, we're going to end our show this morning with some words of wisdom from Zig Ziglar, American author, motivational speaker. Positive thinking will let you do everything better than negative thinking will.
Those are great words of wisdom. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Paul.
We'll see you guys next week.
All right.